how Oprah Winfrey became the richest African American in the 20th century. Stick around to find out.
This is a continuous improvement movement reserved for the few with the grit to prove it. Everybody claim, but the click exclusive. Many pursue, but it's too elusive.
We all know Oprah Winfrey from some very amazing accomplishments. One of them was getting the Oprah Winfrey Show into a global phenomenon.
Mhm.
She's also an amazing philanthropist. We know about her school for girls in Africa and other endeavors we'll talk about. And she became one of the first black billionaires of the 20th century. Calvin, what is her secret sauce?
Oprah Winfrey, the queen of media's secret sauce is respect for people.
That's
And
powerful.
and of course, we digging into the lean toolbox on that one. Respect for people is huge. And I say that for a few key reasons. Number one, open communication and listening. This woman has the unique power to reduce anyone to tears, and not in a negative way, in a very positive, very strong way. Number two, collaboration and teamwork. She has built her empire on the brands, the collaboration, the partnership with other people, rather powerful people, maybe not so powerful people, but this is her MO. Number three, empowerment and development. I mean, we can look at the schools she built in Africa for high achieving women, philanthropy, and other endeavors that she's taken. And lastly, continuous improvement. I think her North Star is deeper connection with people. That's she's been through a lot herself, and that's her North Star. And you could tell that everything she's done to grow her brand, grow her influence has been in that general direction. So that's Oprah Winfrey's secret sauce, respect for people.
I love that, Calvin. She has such an amazing story. I think, like you mentioned, she is a wonderful communicator. Actually, I think she went for communications in college.
That's right. That's
Is it?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. And you were talking about that open communication.
Mm.
Her show reached millions of people throughout 25 seasons.
Right.
Like the viewership never went down.
Right. Right.
And she had always addressed important issues like mental health, abuse, self improvement.
Mm.
So, how do you think her communication skills could, just go through so many subjects and connect with people at so many levels?
I think that her superpower, if you can look at Oprah as a superhero, which she kind of is, her superpower is empathy. And if you look at the progression of her show, it started out, on many different topics, but it kind of zeroed in on the topics where you got the people in greatest need of being heard and being seen and being felt. And I think she kind of leveraged her superpower being empathy to sort of build her brand and because she's in a space where she's media and reaching a lot of people and very efficiently, I think her empathy just sort of emanated through the camera and touched everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's very smart career management,
Yeah,
in my
and I
opinion.
think that bleeds into the collaboration and teamwork piece you were
Right,
talking about
right,
because her empire just expanded across so many industries. She had television, publishing, film production, brand endorsements,
right.
so many things. So, how do you think respect for people played a role into creating that empire?
I think what she did was build such a rapport with the American public or the world, the public in general across the world. And with that rapport, it sort of opened the door for many other things to flourish.
Hmm.
And when you start with a foundation of respect for people, and this is a key thing that we can all learn from Oprah, is when you start with respect for people, no matter what else you do, people have a lot more trust in what you're doing, and they find ways to support you in doing it. I think a lot of us as leaders start with maybe something more technical, maybe start with a vision of the future. But I think Oprah is showing us that one of the most powerful cornerstones of leadership is respect for people.
Mhm. I agree. And when people feel respected, they also perform better and give the best of themselves because they feel valued and they think like what they do, what they produce, what they, the work they do
Mm,
matters.
absolutely. And I
Hmm.
think, a few minutes with Oprah, no matter who you are, you feel like you're the most important person in the universe.
Hmm.
And she's making an emotional deposit in you. Like, let me give you my undivided attention. And she's giving you that. And in return, you reciprocate and give her that. And she does that at such a scale that, for every 10 she gives out, she gets one back. But she's doing that 10, 10 deposits across so many people that her getting that one back has made her into one of the most powerful people on the planet.
How amazing is that? You have a superstar, a
Right.
global superstar, making other people feel like the most important person in the room.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a level of humility, and it comes from her own story of personal trauma
Mhm.
that helps her connect with people who also may be experiencing some difficult challenges.
So, talking a little bit more about empowerment,
Hmm.
what do you think is behind Oprah's motivation to change the world through her work and through her philanthropy efforts?
Oprah didn't open up about her own story until much later into her career. But I think there's a lot in her personal story that is her feeling insignificant and her feeling not a whole person and her feeling, powerless to some extent. And I think that experience in her life has helped her to connect with other people who may feel the same way. And I think
Mhm.
all of us feel that way to some extent, right? We all feel powerless certainly in certain situations, but we all feel that way. And I think her going through that, what she went through early on, helps her to connect with other people who may feel that way. And she's figured out how to hack the system and leverage that to grow her own brand. But then she's leveraging her own power and her own brand to find other people who are talented and all the rest, uh, so much potential and maybe feel powerless to and elevating them, right?
Mhm.
And that's it's like a self-perpetuating cycle, right? That feeds back into her brand and her power, and she leverages that to grow others. So it's a powerful dynamic that she has created with the way she operates.
Mhm. I love that. And there you have it. You have respect for people
Mm.
as Oprah's secret sauce to achieve the level of success she was able to achieve. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye. For daily news on operational excellence and how it relates to current events, check us out on the Ticket to Freedom podcast.
Simply subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay up to date on the latest developments in continuous improvement.